Welcome. We are live. Welcome to the Monday Night Live stream, where we're going to talk about community fish for a little bit. But while we're waiting for everyone to roll in, I just want to say thank you for everyone who's already hit the like button. Do not forget to hit the like button. All right, let me get my chat over here. So every once in a while, mainly every couple months, I do like to bring up the topic of community aquariums because I think it's fun to talk about community fish. I think it gives a lot of people ideas for stocking their fish tanks, and it just generally is a fun time. So what I want to do is maybe get some less common ideas. You all know my favorite community aquarium is rainbow fish, apistos, and corridoras. There's no secret. But I like to get your ideas. We can throw some ideas around and maybe give some people some inspiration on what to put in their tank. And again, welcome everyone. I do appreciate everyone saying hello. I cannot say hello to everyone, so I say hello to everybody at the same time. Yeah, what a day. All the pencil fish. I agree. All the pencil fish. I tend to think that I was kind of gonna go with Danios. I feel like Danio should be a lot more popular, but same with pencil fish. Definitely the same with pencil fish. Pandagara. I mean, you can never have too many Pandagara, right? Trish KCMO, I will say hi to you because I feel like I haven't seen you in forever. We don't need to start with the movie references right now, although I'm sure no one got that one. Ah, boy. Welcome to your stream, Bob. Thank you. But Fish Tank Barn, you say Pandagara, but we're talking community fish. So what do you put with your Pandagara? I mean, they can pretty much go with anything, but I'm curious. Black skirt tetras are the best. Ooh, are we gonna get into what is the best? I don't know that I put black skirt tetras as the best. They're definitely a rad fish, but Aqua Discovery with the Sandlot. I get so happy when people, at least one person, gets the movie reference. Anyways, what was I talking about? Black skirt tetras. Yes, so I do like them. However, that same type of fish and body shape of a tetra, like I like the red phantoms paired with the candy cane tetra. They're all kind of similar, at least in my opinion. Dojo loaches are awesome. I have one in my community tank. I don't really hear about dojo loaches in community tanks, so that's pretty awesome. Mike and Ryan also. That was from the Sandlot forever. Oh, I've seen that movie like 100 times. That's probably, I don't want to get into the movie talk already, but I brought us there already, but it's too late. There's no turning back now. Sorry, Trish. That's probably my second most watched movie of all time. I'm not saying it's my second favorite, just of all the movies that I've rewatched over the years. Mike Ryan says, I got red phantoms. Exactly. Rainbow fish and apistos, but I'm not allowed. Yeah, absolutely are. 300 gallons of sunfish and shiners. I'm going to go on another little tangent here because I ordered... what did I order? Gosh dang it. Now I'm drawing a blank. Rainbow shiners. Rainbow shiners. And I was sent very small fish that I assumed were rainbow shiners, but now it appears that only 3, maybe 4 of them are rainbow shiners, and the other fish actually look to be some type of rainbow fish. They're kind of mystery fish right now, but they kind of look like Celebi's rainbow fish is how they're starting to grow out. Very disappointing because I love Celebi's rainbow fish, but I wanted rainbow shiners. So now I've got what am I going to do with 3 or 4 rainbow shiners? I wanted to put them out in the tub, but now I got to get more. You've never seen the Sandlot? What are you, crazy? You must be from outer space. Do Congo puffers fin nip others? It depends on which Congo puffer you're talking about. If you're talking about the Congo spotted puffer, no, those are community safe. If you're talking about and then there's 2 other Congo puffers that, depending on where you buy them from, can have that same common name, and they are not community safe. They are ambush predators, both of them. 500 cardinal tetras. Cardinals are right there to me with who said where are they at? Someone already said them. Oh, now I lost it. Anyways, cardinal tetras, they seem to be a little fragile for me. A little fragile. Somebody mentioned that their rummy nose were a no-go because that's the same thing, and I'm on board 100% with that. Some people have the greatest luck in the world with rummy nose. I ain't one of them. I am not one of them. Barbara likes Priscilla tetras. I really, really like Priscilla tetras. However, I'll probably almost always go for the lemon tetra. Same body shape, just way more peaceful. And they still got the yellow and black. But when I had Priscilla tetras, they were kind of jerks. They were definitely fin nippers. All right, I'm scrolling to the bottom. Sorry if I missed you. Well, those aren't rainbow shiners. Nope. They're not even close to the same. Like, maybe, honestly, when I first got them, I was like, okay. And then now that they're growing up, I'm like, how could you ever mistake these fish? But honestly, I mistook them when I first got them because they were just that small, which explains why they were so cheap. Man, my nose really itches. Guess I gotta pluck the nose hairs. Anyways, I really can't go past Ember Tetras. Ember Tetras are amazing as well. What's this hoodie you're wearing? It looks jazzy. Yeah, I just wanted to get something. There's a smiley face on here. And so I really just wanted to get something that, like, that relates to me. And so I got the smiley face because I'm a pretty happy guy, I feel, right? I don't know. Hey, Steenfott, currently doing a fishless cycle. I'm almost done. Ammonia 0, both nitrite and nitrate. Haven't budged for 5 days. Should I continue adding ammonia? How often and how much? No seeded media. Well, it depends on your ammonia source. Like if you're just throwing in flake food or just fish food in general. I mean, it could take like 6 weeks to cycle a tank if you're not using any like quick start or seeded media. So really, patience is the name of the game if you're doing it old school and just waiting it out. Brilliant Iras boras, I don't know if those have already been mentioned. Brilliant Iras boras, super underrated, very, very inexpensive fish generally. I know they were some of my most inexpensive when I sold them, and they kind of remind me of lampi killifish, except they're ras boras, which is pretty sweet. Curtis Schindler with the $1 super chat. Thank you. Barbara Jackson says, I've never seen The Sandlot. There is no criteria. I guess it would depend, Barbara, what your definition of community fish are. Like, I don't consider African cichlids community fish, even though they are kept in a community, being that there's multiples in one tank. They're all kind of jerks. So, I mean, I don't know about you, but not the community I would want to live in. I wouldn't want to be surrounded by 50 jerks, right? So, I don't know. Just depends on what your definition of Corydoras is. Oh, I turned that off, I thought, but apparently not. We'll just go ahead and mute that. Bob, I need to get a green screen like yours so I can be cool like Bob. I just went to the fabric store and bought green fabric, and I stapled it on the wall. That's all it is. It's that easy. Let's see if I can do this without screwing up my whole stream. Actually, I might not be able to. Oh, wait, here we go. Boom. See that? It's just a green sheet stapled to the wall. I don't know if that worked for you guys. Hopefully it did. Otherwise, that's not going to make much sense. No way, haven't seen Sandlot. See, even Trish agrees. I'm just saying, Sandlot is amazing. If anyone cares, that's my first favorite, or not favorite, but most watched movie is Tombstone. I've probably seen that about 1,000 times. How about some cherry barbs? Yes, absolutely. I mean, Petco sells cherry barbs for $1 sometimes. I mean, how can you pass that up? A $1, probably. I mean, of all the red fish you could buy, that's got to be the reddest. Is there a more red fish than a... I mean, even Trish, because you're talking about something that's not fish related. So, you know, Trish is kind of our fish police around here. Keeps me on track for the first hour. And of course, I'm just joking. But anyways, who can name a redder fish, more redder than cherry barbs? They're stunning. Regarding ammonia, I'm using Dr. Tim's ammonia and use Dr. Tim's one and only bacteria to kickstart the cycle. Ammonia spiked and so it did spike, now 0. Nitrite also spiked. However, it has come down to 0.5. Oh, then you're just on the tail end. I wouldn't add anything more. Nothing more. I would just wait. You might be like a week out from seeing nitrate, but yeah, you're on the tail end. You're on the home stretch. Yeah. Couple more days of patience and you'll be good to go. And honestly, I wouldn't recommend this for, I don't know what your skill level is with aquariums, but as soon as I'm like dipping down on the nitrate side, I'm ready to add fish right there. Because once it hits nitrate, I'm going to have to water change anyways. And nitrite is not very toxic to fish, at least when you compare it to ammonia. So yeah, don't tell Bob I'm lurking again. Also, hello to all you fishy friends. Oh man, everyone's back from Aquashella and they're showing up to the chat. I love it. Corridora pygmaeus are my favorite schooling fish. Felicia, yes, awesome. Any really pygmy cory, whether it's the pygmaeus or the Hastatus habrosus. Yeah, there's also the Aspidoris, that are also like the same size. Really cool. Little more expensive and a little more rare, but some good alternatives for smaller corridoras. I mean, the Starfire red glowfish are pretty red, maybe fluorescent red, but okay, I'm talking like that deep red, the good red, not the glow in the dark red, the deep red. It's Huckleberry, not Huckleberry. I got the choice between 2 330-gallon IBC totes or one 135 acrylic tank. What would you guys get? Jerome needs our opinions. Well, I'm going to tell you, I would get 2 330-gallon IBC totes. I'm like, as far as like what I enjoy more, a tote or an aquarium, definitely totes. They're so much fun. Brian, TGIM, thank God it's Monday. I agree. Love Mondays. It's like all weekend I just wait around. Is it Monday yet? How many barbs? Freaking amateur hour over here. Shut up. It depends on what barb, right? If you have like a roseline barb, those get like 6 inches. If you have a cherry barb, those get like 1 inch. So, blood red swordtail. Okay. But nobody likes swordtails. Come on, get out of here with that swordtail nonsense. How do you get rid of ammonia in your tank? I haven't been able to get it below 0.25. My nitrates and my nitrites and nitrates are 0. It sounds like your tank's not cycled. So that would be like my first guess, is to just wait. Seriously though, Denison barbs are an awesome medium schooling fish too. Yes. So I would love an 8. Oh man, well I already had an 8-foot tank with Denison barbs, but I didn't have enough. I only had 5. I think I started with 6, and it just wasn't enough. To me, like even my 240 gallon, it wasn't big enough for Denison barbs, in my opinion. Like 6 of them just looked, 6 full size Denison barbs looked pretty cramped in a 240. And that make me, you know, maybe I'm crazy. I know a lot of people keep them in like 75s and 90s, but man, they're big and they love to swim fast. Whoa, buddy. Whoa. Jeez, watch out. Kent's red parrots are awesome. How can you not like them? What in the world are these noises? How many things do I have to silence? This is why I freaking hate technology. Can I just have one button that silences everything? My phone, TVs, computers, cars, all of it. I just want all of it to shut up. How can you not like them? Well, I can tell you that I don't like them. I'm not a fan. If you're talking about parrotfish anyways, which I assume you are. I don't know if you're actually talking about parrots like the bird. How many fricatas in an Olympic-sized swimming pool? About 143,210. I was going to say 11, but... Any suggestions for a schooling Tetra to go with candy cane Tetras? The HY511, which is what I was just talking about. What did I keep with them? Because I did keep them for a while. They were breeding. The heck was that, buddy? Calm down. I'm trying to think. I know I kept them with shrimp. But there was something else in there that I don't remember. Anyways, what was the question? Suggestions for a schooling Tetra to go with candy cane. So I would do red phantoms. I think it would complement them very well. Or even the black skirt Tetra. Just get something like a completely different color. That's what I would go with. Really, dude, I've read nitrite needs to be 0 ppm, although I'm no expert. Nitrate is 80 plus. Yeah, like I said, Mr. News, in my, like, I'm home all day. Like, I do this for a living. So once the nitrite is like 0.25, or I'm on like I said, the downside of that nitrite, I'll add fish and just do water changes as needed. Like, I'll keep testing. Generally, it doesn't take long to go from nitrite to nitrate. The only thing I'm concerned about is ammonia, really. Nitrite, not a big deal. But again, you have to know what you're looking for. So it's beneficial that I'm here. Bob, what should I stock my 10,000 gallon tank? Von Rio Tetras or Mabu Plecos. Mabu Plecos. We haven't talked about Mabu Plecos in a while, so, you know, I'll go for that. Bunny Viper says, looking for schools of red, orange, yellow Tetras or Barbs, non-fin nippers for angels, electric blue Acara, rose lines, Heckelei, horseface loaches, red eye lemons, any other ideas? Wait, are those the fish you already have? Because if you have electric blue Acara, that's going to cut down the list quite extensively. Now about super red plecos, yes, great fish. We don't see a lot of pleco talk when we're talking about community aquariums, but they can be a pretty important part of the community aquarium. Joseph says, let's hit that like button. We're way behind. How many people here? 150. We only have 72 likes. How do you guys feel about New Life Spectrum? It's gone up in price a lot. I don't know. I used to really like it, and then they started raising the prices, and I probably haven't bought any in like 2.5 years. Furloughs Aquatics was surprised with both Super Red Pleco and Crebensis babies tonight. Super excited. Well, I don't know. I don't know how excited I'd be about Crebensis, or at least if they're just the common crib. But Super Reds, I would definitely get excited about. But you know, not a bad person, but I only test my water if there is a problem. I've not had a problem in a long time, so long, in fact, that my test kit has expired. I've found that I've had a lot of test kits expire too. And that's kind of the point you really want to get to. When you're doing water changes, like a lot of times you'll just know, you'll see something in your fish. And this is why I really like plants, because plants will tell you a story if you know how to read their language, essentially. If you can master their language, plants will tell you everything you need to know about your aquarium. And fish will too. And also, if you're doing water changes, like the smell, you can just smell if it's off. So yeah, test kits are definitely handy for, like, I would absolutely get a test kit for anyone new that was in the hobby, 100%. But once you get it down, it can take a while too, especially if you only have one tank. Like, I went crazy when I got into aquariums, and within like a month I had like 30 aquariums. So my learning curve was like through the roof. But if you only have one aquarium, it could take it could take a little bit longer to figure it out. I find New Life Spectrum to be cheaper than Extreme. I find quality to be better with Extreme. Although I'm not saying that New Life Spectrum is like poor quality. It's definitely up there. But I would definitely put Extreme over New Life Spectrum. Bob, love your new L397s. I have 2 myself and want more. Yeah, so I got 5. I already had 1. You guys know my rule is to buy them in 6s. But I already had 1 that's an adult. So now I got to wait for these ones to catch up. And it's probably going to take like a year before I can even think about breeding them. Hey, Billie Jean and Bobbert. I spent $2,000 getting a line of red alpha swords going, which means also I had to have red rubies to cross out. Had sailfish long swords, 100 adults. About. Oh, man. You should have never said your name was Billy, that BJ stood for Billie Jean. Never should have said it. Hill streams are great. It's like Pleco Stingray mix that stays small. Yep. 100%. How have we gone this far without talking about Hillstream? Shout out to K Stu bringing up the Hillstream loaches, and maybe someone mentioned it before and I just missed it, but that'll happen, folks. Right now, K Stu is getting the credit for the Hillstream loach suggestion. I find that with Hillstream loaches, though, you definitely want to make sure you have lots of oxygen and a decent amount of water flow. They'll live with no flow, but you know, it's one of those things like, are they happy or are they just living? Kim says, I've had a good time with rainbow dace. Yeah, I need to get more into those. I want to get more into like Japanese rice fish. There's just a lot of fish that I want to get into. But how about red delta guppies? Okay. I will say that the red like Moscow guppies are pretty dang red. If we're still talking about a fish that's as red as cherry barbs, but I don't know. You give cherry barbs some good water and really good food, like a good, not only just good food, but like a good variety of good food. They get so deep. Like just the reds are insane. You can go back to some of my old videos and see my cherry barbs where they're just nuts. I need a Pleco. My new tank is getting green algae. I would highly suggest a bristlenose Pleco as long as your tank is not like 10 gallons or something. I don't know what size it is, but finally made it to the chat. Hi, Bob. Lurking and mowing the lawn while I listen. Thanks for a dope stream. Thanks, Garrett. Doing one of my favorite activities, mowing the lawn, believe it or not. I find it to be very peaceful. I don't know. Not when it's raining, though. Only in nice weather, obviously. Well, maybe not obviously. Sometimes I like to do it in the rain. In my patio pond, the potted plants and sponge filter are taking care of all the toxic stuff in the pond. Should I do a water changes to lower the pH and minerals and stuff? Well, you should do water changes to replenish the minerals. So, I mean, I don't know, maybe it just rains all the time, but even rainwater is generally pretty soft. So yeah, normally we do water changes. Well, one of the reasons is to get minerals back in the water, especially if you have plants. But it's also going to, like, if you just have like easy, you know, what's considered easy plants, probably not a big deal. What food brand do you suggest? So I definitely feed heavy on Extreme, and you might think I'm biased because I get it for free. I wouldn't use it if I didn't think it was good. There's lots of food that I can get for free. Like I can pretty much get anything for free, and I choose Extreme. Now I don't feed exclusively Extreme. Like I still have Tetra color granules, and I do a lot. I mean, my whole freezer is full of frozen foods. So for me, it's about variety. If I still had a local fish store, I would do live blackworms. So yeah, I don't know. Hopefully that helps. Corey's teacup platies are pretty dang red. Yes, but I've seen those in person, and I would still say that, again, I'm probably biased, but those cherry barbs I had, they were just something else. They were something else. I want some hatchet fish. What's done good tank? Oh, well, hatchet fish. What's good tank mates for them? Pretty much any community fish. Tetras, rasboras, some barbs. We don't talk about the drape fin barb. I know someone earlier was, sorry, I don't remember your name, was looking for like black and yellow. Drape fin barb would fit that bill, and they're very peaceful, and they're super easy to breed. Fish Room Fever says, from Chattanooga Ed, thank you for making the drive time fly by. I hope he just handed you a 5-spot, like, and hopefully Fish Room Fever, we get some updates about the old Fishtoberfest soon. Wait, not Fishtoberfest. Aquaticon. There's too many. I can't keep them all straight. Oktoberfest is in Oregon on October 10th in Portland. Aquaticon is in Tennessee, hopefully sometime this year. Want to add, and thank you for the super chat, Fish Room Fever, sponsored by Chattanooga Ed. Hey James, hope you all have a safe trip back. Yeah, this, I will say, from all the streams that I've seen over the weekend, this Aquashella did seem better from afar, you know, I'm just sitting in my room, than the one that was in Florida. I don't know if you're prepared to confirm or deny. Did I say Oktoberfest? October, I don't. Oh my gosh. If you're ready to say right now, which one was better, Orlando or Chicago? It looked like Chicago was better, but honestly, a lot of what made me think it was better was just Aqualand. That place looked pretty awesome. Sitting in traffic and was on hold with Sprint for an hour. Man, I needed, that is the worst. Oh my gosh, I had to call Verizon a while back, and I was on hold forever. Oh, it was awful. I hate sitting on hold. Hate it. Mike, if you look, I mean, I don't know if you've gotten rasboras. I would look, you know, Harlequin rasboras. There's lots of rasboras out there. Neon green rasboras. All of them would be really good with hatchet fish. This one was better, says Pompeii Ranch Bob. Maybe you should come on Thursday and ask us about it. I gotta tell you, like, the next 2 weeks for me are going to be insane. I could probably, it's probably gonna be like a game time decision if I can come on Thursday. I gotta be out of my house by the end of the month, so things are gonna get pretty hectic around here. I started tearing down tanks today, and yeah, next 2 weeks gonna be a little crazy. You're loving your pothos and your fish tanks? Yeah. I have a 29-gallon that is just covered like pothos. It goes like 1.5 foot out of each side. It's insane. My arms disappear. This is why. Oh, this is really narrow today. I did change some settings. I didn't realize it was so narrow. I'll have to fix that for next time. A red pleco. Yeah, the super red bushy nose pleco. Got 8 Odessa barbs and a couple Panagara and red lizards from Dad's Fish coming on Wednesday. Back in the high life again. Totally not ready. I heard about that. It always is. I know you don't plan more than 24 hours out, my friend. I do try, but yeah, I mean, I could message you like Thursday. I just don't know when I'm going to be getting home yet. Because I'm going to be, I'm in and out all day long, so I don't know when my day is going to end. What species were some of the original schooling fish? Original? I mean, I don't even know how to answer that. I mean, fish have been schooling since the dawn of time, so I don't know. Chicago looked better, had a lot more creators, but Orlando, everyone was a bit scatterbrained and nervous, like caged chickens, happy to be free, but still a little confused. That's an interesting take on it. I like it. To me, Orlando seemed really rushed, like just thrown together at the last second. Whereas this one looked like they actually had some time to make things a little more professional. Like, I don't know. But again, I'm just watching it on live streams on the internet, so it's good to hear from people that were actually there and went to both. Orlando had less fish for sale unless you wanted bettas. I did hear that about Orlando. Like, there was no fish for sale, hardly any. Danny Aquatics, what's going on, buddy? My last question: what tank size for filament barb, and how many is good for tank size? I mean, you could do filament barbs. I mean, I've seen people do them in like 55s. To me, that would be the smallest, in my opinion. Anything smaller than 4 feet is just going to be too small. I don't think I'd keep them in anything under like a 125. But you could do it in like a 75 or a 90. It'd be a little cramped, and then obviously, I mean, the size of the school just depends on what size tank you're going to go with. If you can get a 125, I mean, then you can get like 18 of them. Albino orange millennium rainbow fish look beautiful. Alexander Lamb, that is a fish. When I first saw it, I was like, that thing is hideous. Why would anyone buy this fish? But the first time I saw it was in a video, and then I saw them in person, and I was like, okay, these fish are freaking awesome. So I don't know if I like whoever, I could have been watching a video from a washed out cell phone, from like 2003, who knows, but they just did not look good on the one video, and I was like, ugh, it always turned me off to them. That one video ruined them for me for so long, until I finally saw them in a fish store, and I was like, oh yeah, those are pretty awesome. Bob, you could have gotten the Inca 50 at Aquashella. No, I couldn't have fished. I would never pay those prices. That was insane. I don't even care if that's the going rate. Like, I would not pay that much for that fish. That seemed a bit steep. Not trying to trash. I don't know what company it was, so I'm not trying to say anything bad about them, but I don't know. Normally, when I go to conventions and shows, things are cheaper than retail, not more expensive than retail. Your call is coming, Moody. To any of us, please hold as you are next in queue. 1 hour. I'm coming, Moody. Can you do a pair of rams and some tetras and a 16? A pair? So if your pair decide to spawn, that might... you probably could. I probably wouldn't put like fragile tetras in there, like rummy nose or cardinals. I'd probably do something a little stockier. But my only concern is if the rams breed, how big of an area are they going to defend from these other fish? But I'm sure it could be done. There was a $5,000 chameleon. He was pretty, though. Well, I've got some $5,000 fish, if anyone wants to buy them. Some rainbow fish. I sent out a couple $100 worth of fish today, and I still got way more fish to get rid of. Oh, boy. It's going to be a long couple weeks. Autocorrect is coming. What would you add to a 40-gallon tank with endlers and cherry shrimp? So if I had a 40-gallon tank with endlers and cherries, it would probably be a breeding for profit tank if it was me, and so I would add bristlenose plecos. However, if this is like a display tank or not a breeding fish for profit, I would probably... What would I do? I would probably do some pygmy, some type of pygmy Corridora. Hey, get out of there. Get out. Go. You can't be under there. Sorry, buddy. You can't be under there. My LFS is offering a pair of Apisto McMasteri for $50 and another pair of Borellii for $40. Worth it. Not sure what a good Apisto price looks like out here in Utah. Not super common. I mean, maybe I'm just out of touch. Maybe the price of Apistos has skyrocketed. But, I mean, some of these Apistos, like, they wholesale for like $3. Some of them even wholesale for $1.50. So... Now, I'm not saying that's all of them. The species that, like McMasteri, generally a cheaper Apisto on the wholesale list. And I don't know. I still get the wholesale list. I still look at them, and it just seems expensive. Now, whether something is worth something, that's totally up to you. Like, if you really want a pair of Borelli eyes, then yeah. Like, if this is a fish that I've been longing to get for, like, I wanted this fish for, like, a year, I would pay $100 for a pair. Like, the value is basically up to you, not the person selling it. Wait a minute. You were supposed to get... You have any more room for any more fish. I've seen your tanks. They're already plumb full of fish, except for the tanks that don't have water in them. So, any advice on what to expect before adopting a dog from the shelter for the first time? Expect him. So, there's like the 4-4-4 rule where he's going to be like super nervous for 4 days. He's going to be kind of, he'll kind of be used to it, and then he'll kind of just be like on guard for like 4 weeks. And then at like 4 months, they're going to just love you. But every dog is different. That's very generalized. My Mastiff took like a year to finally figure out, like, okay, this is the place I want to be. My Doberman was instant. Like, as soon as he walked in the door, he's like, okay, yeah, this place is for me. So, it really depends. A lot of it depends on the dog's past. Like, my Mastiff was beat by his previous owner, and so it took him a long time to figure out that he wasn't going to get beat anymore. And so, like, if he's hanging out with me in the kitchen and I reached up to the cupboard, like, he would just lay on the ground and like army crawl away, like, because he thought he was going to get hit and he was trying to like sneak away. And so, like, anytime I raised my hand up, no matter what I was doing, he just thought he was going to get hit. And that took a long time for that to go away. And he's still, like, if there's like just like a loud crash, like if I drop something, my other 2 dogs are like, huh, whatever. And he'll still kind of, you can see it in his eyes, like he thinks something bad is coming. So it really, so there's a lot of factors, but generally speaking, if you have a good shelter, you're going to get a good dog. You were lying. I have so much room for fish. I have no money for fish, but that's another point. Well, I do have an entire colony of rainbow fish to get rid of. If one of your 75s are open. The Melanotania sicuensis, my adult colony. They got to go. Rach, doing pretty well. Hope you're doing well. I feel like you were moving too. Maybe I'm thinking someone else, but I thought you were moving. Dog talk in the first hour. Trish is gonna yell at you. I think we already talked too many movies. I think she was split. She made like a tree and got out of here or something. I don't know. Will clean for fish. What? I don't need cleaned. I need help moving. I will definitely pay you in fish if you help me move. Remember, we're doing that tomorrow. Hello, you were supposed to get back to me, and you never did. Can you colony spawn a pistol orange flash? Like, oh yeah, yes, but it's not something I would advise if you've never bred. That's definitely going to be like considered an expert breeder thing to do. And also, like, you can't cram them all into a 10-gallon and expect them to breed. They will breed, however, they will kill everything else in the tank. If you have like a 40-gallon, yeah, you can colony breed them because there's enough room. Making homemade ice cream? I want ice cream. Because there'll be enough room for everyone to establish their territories. So, but for a long time I thought that was a real tank behind you, and now I don't think as much as you, but you're still cool, just not elite. It is a real tank. I don't understand. Like, those are real fish. Those are real rocks. Those are real plants. Everything about that is real. It's not CGI. Like, I don't know. Bolivian rams are a cool community fish. Yes, I'm hoping to do them in the new fish room. I just don't know how much room I'm going to have. Oh, sure. Pity rainbows. I'm selling them suckers for $20 a piece. Those are adult rare rainbow fish. There's no such thing as pity rainbow fish around here. Man, can't get used to the new time. Oh, man, can't get used to the new time. What? I did move. Me and my husband are separated, but dating. So I don't know what that means, but as long as you're happy, that's all I care about. If it was something that made you happier, then I'm all for it. As long as you're happy. It sounds like maybe you got a little more freedom and a little bit of the same. I don't know if that makes sense. I don't know. Oh yes, I can help you move. All right, that means you're gonna have to get up early. I'm getting up at 3:30. I'm going to the gym. I'll be there by 4. You can come if you want. And then I'm going to be home by 6. I'm going to eat breakfast. And then I'm going to start moving at 6:30. That's tomorrow's schedule. Bob is hella elite. Hella elite. Word. Would you prefer Bolivian rams or Bolivian rams? I don't. Okay, maybe I should read the rest. Well, do you prefer Bolivian rams or dwarf acara, or do they not compare at all? So I would prefer Bolivian rams. Dwarf acara are awesome. There's like the Nana Cara something, Anomala, or I'm probably butchering this name because I don't really remember it. Those are pretty cool. Their common name is the golden dwarf cichlid. I do like those, but Bolivian rams are always going to win out for me. I like Bolivian rams better than German blue rams, no matter what color they are. Even better than the black knight rams. Bolivian rams are my favorite rams. They always will be. Never mind. I'm busy. Can't beat a nice early start. I'm telling you, getting up early is so much better than staying up late. Telling you. Bob is awesome. Who cares if it's not his tank in the background? I mean, I could show you some pictures of tanks. I mean, I've won awards. I mean, I was the only one that entered these awards, and these awards were sponsored by Steenfott Aquatics, but I still won awards. So, not to brag, but I'm hella elite. Just saying. It's been too long, Bob. Glad to get to catch your stream this evening. Oh, Big Red. I feel like it's been like 3 years since I've seen that name. Busy sleeping. I'm just kidding. Gotta have the first load ready by like 11. I kind of went a little juvenile there in my mind, but because I gotta be, my internet's getting installed between 12 and 2, so I want to get at least one load up there by that time. And then you can check out the new fish room. You could see the mini farm if you want. Tell that to my circadian. I don't go for that hippie stuff. All right. Early to bed, early to rise keeps a man healthy, wealthy, and wise. It's just the truth. Electric blues are amazing. I do like the electric blues. But zebra acaras are pretty awesome too. I mean, I do like the fish. I'm not saying I don't like them. I got up at 8:30 after getting up at 6:30 for a long time. Kids were up really late, and I feel kind of trashed. Sleep is important. Well, yeah, I go to bed earlier. Bob, okay, I'll buy an award for myself also so I can say I'm an elite like Bob. That's all it takes. You start your own company. That company offers an award for something. In my case, Steenfott Aquatics sponsored an award for eliteness, and I won. What can I say? I also won Employee of the Month that month as well. So, kind of the two-time champion. Two-time. What's up, Bob? What kind of schooling fish would you put in a planted 40 breeder? So many. I would do pseudomcgills, which are a shoaling fish. I wouldn't call them a schooling fish, but, that's what I would do. And I would get maybe 2 dozen of them. I would get 18 Corydoras habrosus. I would get a ton of cherry shrimp, and maybe I would do a smaller rasbora, like a chili rasbora would be pretty awesome. And I don't know, I love small fish when you're comparing it to the size of the tank. So like a 40 breeder, I want to do lots of nano fish in a 40 breeder. In a 125, I want to do lots of fish that are, in that 2 to 3 inch range, maybe some that are in 4 inch range. I just love large schools of fish. So I think they're just really fun to watch. I love my sleep. I get up at 4 a.m. every day. It's the way to do it. I'm telling you. Bob, do you still have freshwater pom-pom crabs? No. So I gave away, I don't know how many. I ended up giving them away to someone. Boy, that was probably like 2 years ago. I think I killed like 3 of them, and then had a friend at the time who was very interested in them, and so I got rid of them and then changed that tank to, I don't know, that was a long time ago. They have a pretty short lifespan in general, so it's not like I'm going to bed at 4 a.m., but a good 8 a.m., 8:30 to midnight kind of day is my jam. 8:30, but I don't know. See, like I told you, if you get up at like 8:30, it's already almost noon on the East Coast. Like, all the stuff you've missed already. But then, like you said, everyone in Hawaii is still asleep. So I don't know. It's just, there's something very refreshing about being up when the sun comes up. I don't know what it is. And maybe as we get into winter, when sunrise is later and later, maybe I'll start getting up later. But I don't know. I like being up for the sunrise. Anyways. I don't... Cherasidium. Darter tetras are a fun schooling fish for a hill stream loach, for a hill stream setup. Yes, darter tetras we really don't see hardly ever. They're pretty expensive, at least the ones I can get. Maybe that's why we don't see them, but darter tetra is really cool. Kevin says, I got some sailfin tetras for my 75-gallon blackwater. Man, awesome fish, a pistol-like behavior. Sailfin tetras, another one. Hi, reshaping my tank. Rescaping. You could have gotten in 2 movies and a game. Like today, I got so much stuff done this morning, and then I was like, dang, it's not even 8 o'clock yet. I still have the whole day left. It's crazy. I don't know. Bob, are you shipping the rainbows? So the Sicuenses I have are just too big to ship. It would just be a hassle. I'd rather sell them for less and not ship them, because man, I don't like shipping large fish. And when they're like 5 inches, I consider that large. That's a big box. It's a lot of water. It's probably like $100 to ship priority, not even overnight. I missed the last stream, so here I am now, fashionably late. I need my 8 hours to function properly. I mean, sometimes I take a nap. I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes I take a nap. Kona Aquarius, aloha from Hawaii. So stoked. Finally been able to catch live. Welcome to the live stream. I appreciate you coming. Do not forget to hit the like button. We only need 17 more. Only 17. Bob, do you still have the carpet python? Technically it's mine, but someone else has it for a breeding project. So we're trying to get some baby carpet pythons. So hopefully. But yes, technically I still have it. I just don't have it in my possession. Ross Fish Rack says, I have 8-month-old twin boys. I'm always awake at 5 a.m. Wuthering Heights, if you don't get your work done for the day by 10 a.m., you'll never get it done. Nothing like completing your to-do list for the day before 8 a.m. What's the difference between breeders and regular tanks? I mean, regular tanks, I don't know. Like this behind me, I would consider this a regular tank. Like a breeding tank, you generally want just very little in the tank, so it's easy to remove eggs or fry, depending on what you're breeding. You also want really, really clean water for your eggs and fry. So like bare bottom tanks, a lot of breeders do bare bottom tanks. So just a few of the difference. If you're talking about like a 40-gallon breeder versus like a 55-gallon, that's just what they're called. A lot of people use 40 gallons for breeding fish, so they got the name 40-gallon breeder. There's 30-gallon breeders. There's 50-gallon breeders. They tend to be a bit more square. They're still rectangle, but they tend to be a bit more square, if that makes any sense. I think that says steamy egg roll. Steamy egg roll. Just got a baby bass, and geez, he sucks up my money. Thank you for the $5 super chat. Yeah, bass, they're gonna eat a lot. Is a 40 breeder lower and wider? A 40 breeder is 36 inches by 18 by 18. Bare bottom tanks are immoral. Well, depending on the fish, I would never do. Technically, it would still be bare bottom, but I would paint the bottom black. So, yes, and thanks, Steamy, for the $5 super chat. I appreciate it. That could have been bass food money, but nonetheless, I appreciate it. Have you ever kept a fish with neocardinia that has been a failure, where the shrimp turn into expensive treats? I've kept them with apistos, I've kept them with rainbows, and yeah, they do get snacked on, but I've never lost an entire colony to a fish before. But I'm usually pretty careful. Like if I'm putting cherry shrimp in a tank that I know fish are going to eat it, I'm going to load it with like 100 cherry shrimp and lots of plants. Have you kept Nanacara? I have. I have kept the golden dwarf cichlid. I've kept them twice specifically to try to breed them. I failed both times. So, we all have our fish that anyone can breed super easily. And those should be one of them, but for some reason they just didn't like my tanks or my water. But I tried them twice, and I think they're really cool. The second time I got them, I did keep them. The first time I got them, kept them for about 8 months, couldn't get them to breed, so I sold them to someone else. The second time, I was like, okay, I'm going to try again. Everyone says these golden dwarf cichlids are super easy to breed, and I really want to breed them, so I got them again. They didn't breed, but I was like, I still really like these fish, so I'm just going to keep them. How many tanks do you have? I have way too many tanks, so much so that I'm probably going to be taking some to the dump. Probably like 60. I have about 20 tanks up and running right now, but overall, like if you count all my empty ones, I don't even know, at least 60. Aquafinity, Steenfott Aquatics, you were one of those that inspired me to make a fish channel. Thank you, Aquafinity. Well, thanks. I appreciate it. It's a lot of fun. Definitely a lot of fun. I like to put already done things on my list to do list to give me a nice head start. Hey, that's a nice psychological win. I mean, sure, take out the trash. Hey, I did that last week, and check that one off the list. Done. Donezo. I have hard water, and it's perfect because I love live bears. There you go. Do I have a cube tank? I have some nano tanks that are cube, but not anything like larger than 8 gallon. I have like the fluval, or no, I think I gave them away. No, I don't have any cube tanks. I think I actually gave them all to Danny. Yeah. So I bought some water lettuce from a local hobbyist, and she threw in 2 MTS, which I wasn't expecting. Okay, in my 5-gallon betta tank. yeah, Malaysian trumpet snails, not going to be harmful at all. You'll probably end up with like 20 of them. Still not a big deal. They're actually, I mean, I don't know if you have plants in there. Do you see water lettuce? We have water lettuce, so that could be floating. But if you have anything planted in the substrate, Malaysian trumpet snails are really good for like churning your substrate. They're like worms in your garden. Oops. I'm doing a 20 long stir-by Cory only tank. How many do you think I could squeeze in there before a problem pops up? Honestly, probably like 10 max. I've done stir-bys in a 20 long, and I don't know that I would do more than 8. Like 8 would be my number. But if you wanted to do like 10, stir-by Corys are one of the ones that get pretty large. So just keep that in mind. They are one of the larger Corys out there. Why aren't we talking about peacock gudgeons? Those are awesome community fish. Well, because we go back and forth on the peacock gudgeons. Like, I agree. I've kept them in community tanks, but I've kept them in like my 125 gallon like nano fish tank has peacock gudgeons, and it could just be because there's so much room in there and they're so small. But other people are like, oh man, those things eat my fish, and they're just jerks and they're aggressive. So I would honestly say it's like 50-50 from what I hear. Yeah, another really good one is like a clown killifish. We don't talk about clown killifish enough. That is such a beautiful fish. Good morning again, Bob from the Philippines. Good morning. I want to try and breed angelfish as they are my favorite. What would I have to do? Well, you'd have to buy a few of them and wait for them to pair up, and they'll do the rest. They're pretty easy. You can trigger them to spawn by raising the temperatures to, I mean, I don't know what you keep your tanks at, but generally warmer water will cause them to spawn. So just know that warmer water can also cause angelfish to become kind of aggressive, and they're definitely aggressive when they're spawning. So, you know, it kind of makes sense, right? So just something to watch out for. And then they just need a flat surface. A lot of angelfish will just lay their eggs on heaters, which probably not ideal. You can just take like a piece of rock or slate and like lean it up against the tank, or like a piece of wood, just something flat for them to lay their eggs on. And yeah, they're actually a pretty easy fish to breed. So the hardest part is getting a male and female and having them pair off. Do I have any advice on keeping a fish channel? If you're new, my only advice is to be consistent and just have fun with it. Don't worry about subscribers. Don't worry about views. Just have fun with it and be consistent and patient. It takes a long time to grow a YouTube channel, especially in this demographic, like FishTube. It's not like you could just like make a car channel and start pumping out car videos and like grow really fast. The fish videos, it's a little harder to grow fast, so you just have to be patient. I'm looking for Corydoras to populate the 20 long that get a little chunk and will hang out in my soft sand substrate. Any ideas on a larger school? Well, I mean, if you want a larger Corydora, I mean, stir-by is always going to be one of my favorites. If you're going for a larger one, I just would really recommend not. What am I trying to say here? I think people want a large school of Corydoras, but a large school of large Corydoras is not going to be the best in a 20 long. So, I mean, we just talked about it, right? I just said like 8 would be the max I would do, but you could do 10, maybe 12, before things start getting weird. Has anyone ever kept Greenfire Tetra? Not only have I kept them, but I have kept them. Just came across them, and oh my, do they look sweet. So Greenfire Tetras, if I saw a store selling Greenfire Tetras, I'd probably get like 6 of them and see how they do. And if they do well, I would go back and buy like 20 of them. They're one of those fish, and I sold them for like a year, And it was one of those fish, like sometimes they came in great and sometimes they all just died off within like the first month. And so they can be a bit more sensitive, but they're really no different than like a neon tetra, I guess. But really, really cool. I do have some videos of them on my channel. You probably just have to search green fire tetra, but it should come up. Stir Fried Guy says, I always bring up peacock gudgeons. I've kept them with everything from angels to endlers and ember tetras. I have like 40 of them scattered in all my tanks. I've never had a problem with them. Yeah, I'm right there with you. I've never had a problem with them. Like, when I was selling them, I would put like 50 in the same tank and never had an issue with them. But some people, they just swear by them. I think they just think they're gudgeons, and so their behavior is a little different. It could look like they're being aggressive, but it's just all posturing. It's nothing serious. I have a Hoplocat coming in a couple days. Hopefully I have some successful spawns. Hoplocat, huh? That would be a fun one to spawn. Danny, do you know if they are fish safe? I have a 10-gallon green fire tetras, and man, when they grow in and start showing color, they are a game changer for me. Yeah, anytime those were available, I always bought them because they are like super underrated. Super duper underrated, not very popular. A lot of stores don't bring them in, and I don't know why. Other than the fact that like sometimes you just get some bad batches. That is definitely one of those fish. How many hours are we on? Well, we're actually just hit hour number 2, so we got one more hour to go. Don't forget to hit the like button. Still got about what do we got? About 2,000 people in here. Don't forget to hit that like button, folks. What kind of bottom dwelling schooling fish do you recommend for long tanks? Corridoras, by far. Like is there other bottom dwelling schooling fish other than corridoras? I don't think so. I mean, look at these guys right here, right here, right by me. Look at them all down there. Look at them. Oh, look at them. Just hanging out. Awesome. I might have to get a dozen or two. Oh, I know what we were doing Thursday. We're going hiking on Thursday. I totally forgot about that. Hour number 2. No. Oh, yes, it's the hour of slouching. Oh, so much better. Just slouch. I cleaned the intake sponge, and thank God the freaking bio wheel spun, and now my dad will leave me alone. And I got like 7,000 Malaysian trumpet snails that were in the sponge. I believe it. Those will also like crawl up into your filter. What do I have? I have the bio wheel 350, and obviously I take the wheels off. But the intake, I don't have a sponge on it, and like the snails crawl through when they're really small and get stuck on the inside. And there's probably like at least a dozen like full-grown snails in that little like they're too heavy to get sucked up in the thing. And one of these days I'll let them out, but I think it's kind of funny right now. Corridoras and South American bumblebee catfish are my favorite bottom dwelling schooling fish. But the bumblebee catfish, okay, I don't know that I would consider them schooling. Yes, when they're not burrowed, the 3 days of the year when they're not burrowed under the substrate, sure, I could see them schooling around. But the entire year, I don't know. I had them and they always stayed burrowed. Like the only time I saw them is like every 2 years when I changed the substrate. So, and that means I saw them once. Do you keep or plan on keeping any Batis? I feel like they're a bit underrated, but I could be wrong. So I've kept, I think, 3 different species of Batis, and I do think they're really awesome, really cool nano fish, but I don't have any right now. I've kept the black tiger Batis, obviously the scarlet Batis, and I can't remember the other one. What was the other one? I think they were red, but I don't remember. Those snails are your prisoners now. Yeah, but I haven't kept any Batis for Shoot, probably 3 years. It's been a long time. Camping equipment, Bob. Any personal must-have for camping besides the basics? I mean, the basics would be the only must-have. Anything outside of that is just luxury. I don't know. I guess it can, what you consider the basics are, but I don't know. It depends on like what type of camping I'm doing. Am I backpacking? Am I driving to this place and just camping? If I'm driving, I will load my truck all the way up with just random stuff. Like every single camping item I own. If I'm driving to the camp spot, I love to load up my truck. If I'm hiking, I bring way less than I should. To Cooley for Schoolie. Arrgh, I keep forgetting the earlier time. I'm digging the earlier time. So I'm probably going to keep it at least for a while. Oh, Bob says, I'm setting up an Mbuna tank and already have 3 planted tanks. Can I feed Mbuna any of the plant trimmings out of my other tanks? Duckweed, frogbait, red root floater. The only thing that might work is duckweed. And I've never seen... Well, oh no, what am I thinking? Mbunas. I was thinking it's totally different fish. All right, Mbunas. So I've had Mbunas eat everything. I was thinking Tropheus for some reason. I don't know why. Probably because I just moved my Tropheus today. So I had Tropheus on the brain. Yeah, Mbunas, you could transfer stuff over there. I don't know about plant trimmings. It also depends on what you're feeding them, like what kind of fish food. I found that if you feed them like more, on the vegetable side of the omnivore diet, they don't eat as many plants. So, yeah, I mean, you could certainly try it. It's not going to hurt anything. They'll probably definitely go after duckweed. I think they would go after floating plants, but I think it might be more of just like I want to play with this thing and kill it than eat it. And they would probably eat... what was the other one? Pogostemum stellatus octopus. They would probably eat that too. But again, I think as far as Mbunas eating your plants, it really comes down to their diet, like what you're feeding them. Because I've kept Mbuna with plants multiple times, and they weren't eating my plants. My South American bumblebee catfish are always out, though. I have around 30 and a 75, so that's probably why they're out all the time. I find them kind of like coolies that way. The more, the better. And that might be it. Honestly, I don't think I've ever had more than like 4 or 5 at a time. So, yeah, you're probably right. Which do you like more, Friccata rainbows or Praecox rainbows? Praecox rainbows. And I'll tell you why. Because Friccata rainbows are, I guess, like, technically speaking, I think Friccata rainbows are one of the best looking rainbows and one of the best looking fish you can buy. But they're generally pretty fragile. Whereas Praecox rainbows, pretty dang bulletproof. So, I like the looks of the Friccatas better, but I like the functionality, I guess, of the Praecox a lot more. So I guess it depends on what I'm going for. Do Battis go in a community tank with Tetras and Guppies and things like that? So there's definitely some Tetras I wouldn't put them with, like the larger ones. So any of the smaller Tetras, they do just fine. And Guppies could be a problem because Guppies, they kind of, like Tetras, they're going to be like in the middle. They're going to be in the upper water column. Guppies, they're just all over the place, right? Up, down, they're in the substrate. If your Battis are spawning, that could cause problems. They're either going to kill the Guppies or certainly try to. So just something to be mindful of. Generally, I didn't have any issues with Battis. I like putting cherry shrimp in with my Battis because Battis fish love live food, and so they'll eat baby shrimp like all day long. Tightest schoolers. Extra steps. The tightest schooling fish I've ever kept are rummy nose tetras and bloodfin tetras. The big plastic water containers for washing your hands are great for camping. Yeah, I agree. I generally won't camp if there's not like a natural water source. So I love river camping on rivers. Curtis says, I still have like 5 Praecox rainbows I got from you, Bob. Sweet. I've got like Pracox rainbows scattered all over my fish tanks. My South American, oh, I already read that one. We got that one. Zen Ginger linking my camping video or channel. Thank you. I appreciate it. Not too active as of late, but hopefully soon, maybe. I don't know. We're already talking about snow camping again, so maybe that'll happen. Well, it was briefly brought up, but what are you going to do? What are you going to do? All right, what else we got going on here? The snails are your prisoners now. Oh, yeah. What's good, Mr. Segura? I don't get it, but okay. What else? I have 10 Greenfire Tetras, and man, Danny, do you know if they are fish safe? I had stuff to do with my list. Fair enough. Got a good boost. Ryan, too many fish says, I have found that guppies harassed my baddest. Yeah, I think they would actually even prevent your baddest from spawning just from the stress they're causing. Best multis or best rainbows to go with multis. Will they eat the fry? They'll probably pick some off, but it's not something like they're not going to see a fry and be like, I want to eat that right now. They're not that type of fish. But if they're just kind of swimming by and there's a little baby fish, they'll probably eat it up. But it's not something they're actively going to seek out. I think you'll find with multis is that multis are really good parents. And if anything, they will kill the rainbow fish before the rainbow fish eat their babies. And as far as like the best rainbow, you're going to want one of the bigger species. I would not put a small species with Melanotania, with multis. So like a Bosemani or a turquoise, and then make sure like you have enough room. You're definitely gonna want a tall tank. Definitely. Only 18 more likes to get Bob to 200. All right, don't forget to hit the like button. Testing my 5 gallons a day, not one bit cycled or seasoned in the slightest. The nitrite is like 100, and so is the nitrate. Guess I won't be stocking anytime soon. Nope. Unfortunately not. Everyone, I've been gone for a while. The doctor took the rest of my toes on my left foot. Yikes. You're having a tough time with the toes, man. I swear, hasn't this been going on for like 3 years? That's crazy. I'm about camped out. I lived in a tent for 22 months of my life. Yep, I can relate. I'm going camping next weekend. I'm pretty excited. Awesome. Non-fish question. Cocktails, beer, or wine? Just got into whiskey cocktails. Whiskey sour with egg white is my... You put eggs in your drink? I don't know. I don't drink anymore. I quit drinking 6 years ago, maybe 5 years ago. So I'm not a drinker. I never drank beer. When I did drink, I very rarely drank wine. So definitely, I was definitely into whiskey the last like couple years of my drinking, but I quit a long time ago. Yep, Dolbeck Aqua Designs knows only beef juice for the Steen. Exactly. Yes, Trey, those are good with egg foam. A good muddled old fashioned might be up your alley. I can't even fathom eggs with alcohol. I didn't drink anything fancy. Like I just drank whiskey straight, which is one of the reasons why I quit. Egg whites and Jameson really sound like 2 weeks in the bathroom. Matthew, I don't get it. With egg white, like, I don't get that at all. I mean, I mixed alcohol with a lot of stuff in my day, but I don't know that I'd ever do eggs. Okay, I tried earlier. Can you put clay pottery and glaze in my fish tanks? Glaze. To be honest, I'm not sure about the glaze. Clay pottery, absolutely. I have lots of clay pottery in my fish tanks. But after it's been glazed, I would think it would be okay, but definitely I would definitely not be. I'm definitely not gonna be like 100%. Yeah, it's fine. Where I'm definitely 100% clay pottery for sure. Did you quit drinking alone or at the behest of the state? I quit on my own. It's how you make a whiskey sour. It's pretty good. Anyways, I'm very anti-alcohol. I hate to say it, but yeah, I would advise anyone who's not drinking to never start. That's my advice. I love whiskey smash, egg whites, shake. I've been dealing with a foot problem since 2019. Yikes. 2 years. It's food grade glaze. I honestly I know nothing about it. An overglaze basically turns glass once fired. Like the last time I glazed something was probably like 8th grade. Like pottery class or something. It's been like 30 years. I don't remember anything about glazing. I bought some Celebi's rainbow fish. The fish, this fish looks ordinary. They're probably just young. They should definitely not look ordinary as adults. They'll get some really nice yellows and blacks and some longer fins. So yeah, they're probably a lot of Celebi's when I bought them, they were really young. And they were just a silver fish. So that's basically, you're almost always going to get that with rainbow fish. If you're buying from like an LFS. If you're buying them from someone who's breeding them, they generally wait till they color up before they sell them. But yeah, just give it time. Give it time. They will color up. Now they're also, the one thing about Celebi's rainbow fish is they are a stickler for water quality. So if you miss a water change, probably not a big idea, or not a bad thing. But if you miss 2, they can go downhill really fast. Alcohol helped me make all my worst mistakes. I mean, that's what it does, right? I mean, it's a downer. It's a downer for sure. Would an opaline gourami go well in a community tank with tetras? I've never kept an opaline gourami, but tentatively, I would say yes. Tentatively. What else we got going on here? What is your favorite part about volunteering at the shelter that people wouldn't expect? Well, I think my favorite parts of volunteering at the shelter people would expect. I mean, my favorite part is playing with the dogs. I mean, I don't know anyone who wouldn't expect that to be my favorite. As far as like my favorite part, the people wouldn't expect. I don't know. Like, I always walk the whole shelter, so I don't like just hang out with the dogs, but I'll go into like the cat area. I'll go into like the small animal area, and I'll play with any animal that I'm allowed to while I'm there. I don't know. It's just awesome. It's just I like all of it is my favorite. The people are really great. And I don't know. Maybe I just got lucky and got a really good animal shelter to volunteer at. But yeah, lately I've switched my role, and so I'm a veterinary assistant volunteer now. And like the amount I learned doing that is going to be so beneficial, just for like the long-term caring of animals in general, not just dogs or cats, but just in general. Ginger Grays. I feel like I haven't seen you forever. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. How are the ponds doing? Y'all have a crazy hot summer. Danny does life. How are your ponds doing? And hi, folks. Hello, Ginger. Hello. I'm one of those people who's allergic to alcohol and breaks out in handcuffs. If too inebriated, so I try to avoid it. I had a coworker that was allergic to it as well, and even like He couldn't even use rubbing alcohol because he would just die. Quick says, I wish I could go help with the shelter. It's such a mixed emotions. Like, you go through so many emotions, especially when you learn like one of your favorite dogs had to get put down. It's just there's definitely like ups and downs, but it's so rewarding. Like, it outweighs any of the downs. Sun's going down here in Minnesota. Time to kayak back a mile. Oh, sounds amazing. Sounds amazing. I wish I had a kayak buddy. I need a kayak buddy. I've been on the replay train. I'm on vacation this week. Sweet. Ever kept candlelight tetras, Bob? Pretty cool small nano tetra. No, actually I haven't. Candlelight tetras. I'm actually going to have to Google that one. Oh, my internet's over here today, apparently. Bring that back down over here. Candlelight tetra. Oh, not E-tetra. Tetra. Oh, these are pretty neat. And no, I have never kept them. Man, there's like, I think there's almost, what is there, like 160 or 180 tetras in the hobby? I got a long ways to go, let me tell you. I'm allergic to, I miss a good ice cold dirty gin martini. That martinis are so disgusting. Would you worry about rummy nose or bloodfin tetras nipping at the long pectoral fins of the gourami? Probably not the rummy nose, but bloodfin tetras, if you don't have a large enough school of them, they can be a little fin nippy. So just make sure you keep your numbers up, and it should be all right. But can't guarantee it. Mike and Ryan says, I have an opaline and tetras together, and it was just fine. So there you go. I just broke my kayak's paddle after having it and using it. Pretty rough situations that broke from me throwing it to the shore when I was getting out. Nice. My local store got albino cardinal tetras last month. Those things look so crazy. Yeah, those have been making the rounds lately. I saw them for the first time maybe like 3 or 4 months ago. I'm kind of indifferent. I think they are something that will grow on me, but I'm still kind of indifferent right now. My fish more better than yours. Isn't candle tetra just another name for glow light tetras? I mean, I just looked at the picture. I didn't look at the name. Let me actually look. They didn't look like glow light tetras to me, but maybe I'm wrong. Where'd it go? Those are definitely glow light tetras. What the heck was I looking at? What's this picture I was looking at? Huh, it says these are glow light tetras too, but these are definitely not glow light tetras. Interesting. So when I Google candlelight tetra, they're showing red. When I Google glow light tetra, they're showing orange. I might have to do a bit more research on that one. What's the coolest of smaller rainbow fish species? Probably Pseudomygil luminatus. Pseudomygil luminatus is probably my favorite smallest rainbow fish. Have you ever kept Eretmodus? Actually, I cannot say that name, but yes, that's the Lake Tanganyikan goby, right? I'm going to have to Google it just to make sure. But if that is the Lake Tanganyika goby, yep, I have kept it. Oops, what did I do? Go back. Yeah, Tanganyikan clown. So yeah, that's the Tanganyikan goby. Yeah, I could not get them to spawn. I guess I should read the rest of your comment. Have you ever kept Irtmodus cyanosticus? If so, have you had them from or with Julie's or other small Tanganyikans? I did have them with Juliidechromis, malariae, the malariae one. Thus, I had them with them. And any idea how I could find some? I got mine from the wet spot, so that's where I would look. I haven't seen them for sale in a very long time, but well, let's just go look right now because I'm curious. The wet spot tropical fish. Lake Tanganyikan fish are becoming harder and harder to find. At least it sure seems that way. Tropical freshwater fish. Let's see. Lake Tanganyikan cichlids. What do we got? They do not have them. You're probably going to have to watch maybe like Aquabid and see if they show up there. Like I said, I haven't seen them. I haven't even seen them on a wholesale list in years. Okay. Oh, time to sit up a little bit. Oh, sit up straight. I love my red neon rainbows. Yeah, I agree. Pseudomugil luminatus, super awesome. 5 gallons too small. You can keep a clown killie in a 5 gallon pretty successfully. Rach says I don't drink anymore. I have a huge sweet tooth. Thankfully, that didn't happen to me. I very rarely get a sweet tooth. Very rarely. I look at the West Spot. Back in the days when they were 70s. First were imported, and I fell in love with them. Spawned them. I couldn't get mine to spawn. One of the few Lake Tanganyikan fish that I couldn't get to breed. Corey from Aquarium Co-op had them, and they bred for him. And as soon as I took them, they stopped breeding. So they did not like me at all. What do I think about pearl gouramis? They're all right. I mean, gouramis in general, you know, I've never kept them until I got honey gouramis like a year and a half ago, and I love my honey gouramis, but I don't know that I love them enough to try other species. I mainly just love the color of honey gouramis. A 5 gallon with a lid. Yes. If you get rocket killifish, you definitely want a lid. 2 breeders and online sellers have them near Cleveland. Is there like a website? Candlelight tetras are not glow light tetras. They are a different species with 3 small glow lights on the side. I have about 8 of them. That would explain why there is a subtle difference. A subtle difference. Have you ever used Aquarium shrimp gravel? I didn't even know that was a product. I want a shrimp only tank. You don't need shrimp only substrate to have a shrimp only tank. So I'll just throw that out there. Cunningham cichlids. Oh, there you go. Cunningham. Very cunning. Cunningham cichlid. Let me let's Google this. I can imagine that their price has probably gone up the last couple of years. Not this retailer, but that fish in general. Let me take a look at this website right here. Stock list. Cunningham cichlids. Malawi, nope. Miscellaneous, nope. Tanganyikan. I do not see them on their fish list. They only have 5 species of Tanganyikan fish on their fish list currently. Unless you were talking about something else. I just lost all my Demonsoni cichlids. The tank just crashed while I was recovering from surgery. Ugh, that's the worst. Sorry about that, buddy. Clown killies with Pseudomugil luminatus. Yep, just fine. I've actually had that I don't know if they would do well in a 5-gallon. I'd probably up it to a 10-gallon. But yes. The Wet Spot, are you in Portland? I am not. They do ship. They are pretty good at shipping. Personally, my favorite gourami are the Paradise gourami because they can look so nice if you buy them from the right place. I just love like the yellow kind of orange look from the honey gouramis. I mean, honey gouramis, obviously you know the color, but I don't know. I'm really enjoying them. Have I ever seen a zigzag zebra near-ice snail? No, I've seen a zigzag eel and a zebra near-ice snail, but all those words together, I have not seen that. I have one, and I guess it's just a super cool morph of a normal zebra near-eye. Nope. Never bought from Cunningham Cichlids, but Josh is a really cool dude. A really cool dude. Sand City Cichlids has more. All right. Are we just shouting out our favorite cichlid retailers right now? Is that all we're doing? Oh, I got this new temporary keyboard. It's the worst. I hate it. Oh. Oh my gosh, I just yawned. Don't take it personally. What do we got? The Julie DeChromis Reganite Black. Those are pretty nice. That's a pretty cool fish. I don't see any of the gobies though. The spotfin goby. I wonder if these got reclassified. So they do have spotfin goby. I feel like $35. Holy smokes. I knew they got expensive. They had to have. Shrimp and plant substrate by Aquarium is very round, semi-terracotta style. I'm waiting on some licorice gourami for my new 10-gallon dirted black water tank. Interesting. Paul McCarthy is back. All right. We've been on hold ever since he left. Now we can start again. Y'all should check out the cichlids on Get Gills and use Bob's link, which is pinned. But I don't think he does African cichlids. Last time I checked. Need to find a good source to promote African cichlids that's not the Wet Spot. I like the big blue gouramis, but never kept them. As they get too big, they get huge. What is the optimal shoal size for Praecox rainbows? So Praecox rainbows are schoolers. I would never do less than 6. Optimal size is the more the merrier. There is really no magic number. Really, I don't like to do rainbows like less than 8, but I would say 6 is like the minimum. Who is looking for the Iritmodus goby? Just bought some last week at Live Fish Direct. So depending on, you got a 29-gallon. That's, I would do like 6 to 8. There's not a lot of room. Praecox rainbows, I mean, they get like 3 inches and they get pretty big bodied. So yeah, I would do right in that 6 to 8 is what I would do. I miss having my shrimp on the tank. I'm pretty sure I have them on sand, but I can't remember. It was years ago. I miss having shrimp on the tank. There's all kinds on Get Gills, maybe not on Dan's. Yeah, so Get Gills and Dan's Fish are now completely different websites. Are there any gobies that are CO? Community fish. Definitely not Lake Tanganyika gobies, but most freshwater gobies are going to be community fish. Like almost all of them that are in the hobby, I would feel A-okay with putting in community tanks. The Cichlid Shack is awesome. Anybody here work in the aquarium industry? I'm a tax accountant and am miserable. I've been looking for an aquarium-related jobs for a while now, and they're all either in Florida or pay next to nothing. Welcome to the world of aquariums, where jobs don't pay. That's just the way it is. That was supposed to say shrimp only tank, but I'm using voice to text and my phone is dumb. Yeah, I was kind of curious about that one. Yeah, I don't know, outside of like owning your own LFS, like even the jobs like at the Florida fish farms, just until you're like at the top, the tippity top of that food chain, you're not gonna make that much money. Live Fish Direct is great. Their Josh is also awesome. He handpicked my angels for me so I could get a pair. And they were perfect. What are the most colorful freshwater fish for your tank? Oh, boy. Rainbow fish. It's nice to listen to the stream when I'm moderating a fish group I'm on. Well, there you go. Tax accountant for all the LFS in your region. Well, the other problem is you can make a lot of money owning a fish store, but there's a lot of people that just are not businessmen that try to start fish stores, and it just doesn't work out. So while there aren't, a lot of fish stores can't afford accountants, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Hey Bob, how you doing? Thinking of getting an Amazon puffer for my community 75-gallon with gouramis, South American dwarf cichlids, bristlenose, elephant nose, rainbows, and yo-yo. Would they all be okay? Well, there's no guarantee, but I would put a small group of Amazon puffers in there, and I wouldn't be worried about it. You definitely want to watch them, though. Welding aquarium stands can make you money. Well, yeah, welding in general. Doesn't really matter what you're welding. I used to weld aluminum frames, and that was a pain in the butt. Oh, man. Oh, boy. Amen on the fish store. Businessman. No, there's not. Yeah, I think a lot of people make the mistake of being hobbyists and then starting a fish store with like zero, like just knowledge on running a business. And that's why so many fish stores just don't make it. I like to think I'm pretty entrepreneurial, but definitely don't have the capital to start a store. Thanks for the answer, though. I'll get in there somehow. I mean, really, maybe the strategy is getting a job at a local fish store and doing like piecework on the side, like freelance accounting. And, then you get the experience of working at a fish store, learning the wholesale business, making connections. And then maybe you start your own fish store. I don't know, just a suggestion. Colorful freshwater fish. Kevin says he has a couple suggestions. He says rainbow fish and rainbow fish. I agree. Good suggestions. How often do you feed new fish fry, rainbows, and rasboras? Like 2 to 3 times, if not more, a day, depending. Now I would probably feed like 5 times a day. But like back when I was working, it would be like once in the morning before work and then when I got home from work. Are there any plants that aren't good with rainbow fish species? So there are a fair amount of rainbows that will actually eat plants. But it's pretty rare. Like they'll pick at your plants, they'll even eat your plants, but usually it's not enough to cause any damage, and it really depends on the plant. Like my goiter river rainbows, they devour duckweed. Like I've never had duckweed in a tank that had goiter river rainbows. My best friend's dad has my dream job. He reviews hotels and resorts. In other words, he gets paid to be on vacation all year. So he's doing what everyone on Instagram pretends to be doing. Nice. What are the bright red finned fish that keep swimming into the pic on your green screen? Bright red fish. I mean, I see white cloud minnows, but I don't see the full thing. Like, you guys get the full screen. I don't see that with my streaming software. So right now all I see is the white cloud minnows. Colorful tank on the cheap neon tetras and honey gouramis. Feed my baby Cudopunctatus 4 times a day or they disappear. Yep. So, I mean, generally, like, the smaller the fry, the more feedings you have to do per day. That's not an exact science, but it's a pretty good rule of thumb. What would be the best fish to put with white cloud minnows in a 20-gallon? Currently have a school of 6 in an already established tank. Well, honestly, I would probably do some type of dwarf Corridora. I feel like that's the answer of the day, but it would be good to have some type of bottom feeder in there, and, you know, they will school as well. Yeah, I just think having bottom feeders in there would be a pretty big benefit. Eat all the leftover food. Definitely want to make sure you're feeding them, but they will eat the leftover food as well. What about water lettuce and Valsinaria? They never ate the Val. I've never done dwarf sage with them, or water lettuce for that matter. So I cannot say one way or the other. But they definitely destroyed the duckweed. And what was the other one? I had another species. They weren't goiter river, but they were still a trifasciata from a different river. And I'm trying to remember. I can't remember the plant that they were just destroying. Gosh, what was it? It might have been Rotala, but I don't remember. But they just devoured it. Why I never see Pseudomagil mellis in fish stores? Because they have to be imported, and fish farms don't sell them, so you actually have to import them from like overseas. So they're pretty rare. You can get them at Dan's Fish. The link is in the description. But yeah, that's definitely an uncommon rainbow. I think he's talking about the Asian rummy nose. Ginger, I kind of like the look of it of the Danio too. You want to talk about how big giant gouramis get? The Bronx Zoo has several schools of them in their Indian exhibit with 10 Indian. I don't even know what that word is. I'm not going to try to pronounce it. None of them even look slightly beat up. Saw a very cool crayfish at my LFS. I was so tempted. It's like when I saw the Thai devil crab. I was very tempted, and I could not resist that temptation, and now I own a Thai devil crab. I'm going to start me a fish house plant store, but I'm doing my due diligence and finding all I need to find out about the business side of things, and just get the hard thing is like, you want to start a fish business, you need to know how much the fish are, but you can't find out how much the fish are until you start your business, because they won't give up their list to just any schmo off the street. Like, in order for me to get the wholesale list, like, so you can get like import prices, and there's some, like, if you really snoop around on the internet, but generally you just can't call up like Seagrass Farms and be like, hey, can I get a fish list? And they're gonna say, well, what's the name of your fish store? I'm like, well, I don't have it yet. I'm trying to do my research. Like, how much money am I going to be out for fish every week? And they'll be like, well, once you get the store, give us a call and we'll send you the list. They are pronounced Gariel. Gariel. A type of fish-eating crocodilian. Nice. You can't be on this side, buddy. Come on. Come on. Come on. There you go. That side's okay. You can't be down with the computer, though. See, because you're going to do stuff like that. Plot twist, Curtis never owned an aquarium. That'd be kind of funny. Xanadu says, I'm adding Goiter River to my Dan's order. Be gone, duckweed. I mean, they don't eat it like crazy, but they will pick at it like all day long, and eventually it'll be gone. No, Duckweed Curtis is a witch. He turned me into a newt. A newt. Or what? Saltwater only? Been in the hobby for like 20 years, never had duckweed. Yeah, right. Yeah, right. There's two types of people in this hobby. Those that have duckweed and those that say they've never had duckweed. Oh, yeah. I've had my own tank since I was 12, and I now have 7. So you're saying you're 32. Is that what you're saying? It was a joke, but nice. But nice. I'm kind of liking this conspiracy theory. I don't think Curtis owns any fish tanks. Let's go to his YouTube channel. Has he uploaded any videos of fish tanks? I don't know. Interesting. Very interesting. Giant gouramis have a face only a mother could love. Same with like parrotfish and flower horns and all those ugly fish. I've got exciting news, Bob. My duckweed finally started growing. Nice. I hate the stuff. Still trying to get rid of it. I'm going to try to see how long I can go with out getting duckweed in the new fish room. I think the over-under is going to be like a month, but I don't know. We'll see. I kind of want to do all new tanks as well. I have some 40 breeders that I've had for probably way too long, and I don't know that I trust like emptying them, moving them, and then setting them back up. So I might try to find some new 40 breeders. I don't know. But I bought fish from you, Bob. Did you? Did you really though? I don't know. Yep, he has no videos. I mean, most people that have fish make videos of their fish. I'm just saying. I've never had duckweed. I've always have so much circulation. I think it doesn't survive in my ponds. The goldfish would eat it all. Never had. See? I told you, two types of people. Now all the people claiming they've never had it are coming in the chat. Hey. I was duckweed free for a long time, and then I bought some fish from this guy. And he bagged his fish and then got some duckweed in there. And he's like, at the time I was like, yeah, whatever. No big deal. He was like, are you sure? I'm like, yeah, whatever. I'll take it out. But somehow one of them made it. One little leaf made it into my fish tank and been downhill ever since. He offered to rebag him. Like he knew. He was like, trust me. You don't want this duckweed in this fish bag. And I'm like, no, I'll just take it out. I'll take it. He's like, I'll rebag him. I'll make sure there's no duckweed. I'm like, no, don't worry about it. I don't listen. I don't have enough room for all the new plants I got. The Anubias Golden I got from the co-op came in too big. I never thought I could have this problem. Sometimes, I'm telling you, that Anubias Golden, I have the Anubias Gold coin, I think it's the one you're talking about. It can be pretty big. I've been in that warehouse multiple times, and sometimes it's pretty big. I have 13 tanks and no videos. So what? So do you have fish? I think I'm just so awesome. Like, even non-fish people just want to be like me. They just want to relate to me. So they're like, I've never kept fish tanks in my life, but I'm not going to tell Bob that. I'm going to go spend years researching fish online just so I can hang out in the live streams and try to be like Bob. That's what I think is really going on here. To be honest, I love having duckweed because I have goldfish and they love it. Well, sure, in that scenario. Just use a flamethrower to get rid of the duckweed. That'll fix it real quick. Honestly, on tanks that I don't have shrimp in, which is very few, I just use a shop vac and vacuum it all up. I had duckweed and never bought it. It took an afternoon to get rid of it. What a mess. It sticks to everything. Still finds a way. Yeah, it's the worst. I need to replace my 55. I'm going to be giving away 55s, but mine are probably just as old. I would not guarantee these to hold water. Matter of fact, I'll probably just take them to the dump. Or calm down, cut them up, and save the glass. All right, Zen? I'll cut them up and save the glass just for you. Curtis, no videos, no tanks. The long con. The long con. See, he even became a member. He's like, look, I'm a member, of course. Who would be a member and not have fish? See, I'm seeing what's really going on here. I didn't think my joke would get this far. Duckweed wasn't a problem in the 60s and 70s. I do think it's your magnificent personality. It's gotta be. Like, what else? Like, what are there, like a couple thousand people in here? They're just here for me, not for this stupid fish talk. Fish. I don't even have fish. Like, who has fish? Anyways. I hate 55s, love 40 breeders. I agree. I don't think I will ever buy a 55-gallon tank ever again in my life. Maybe if it was like $1, might I buy a 55. Otherwise, 40 breeders all the way. If I'm going to buy a 55, you're just better off buying a 75. Okay. How do you upload videos to this YouTube thing? See, we got someone to make a fish channel. Our plan worked. See, Dolbeck Aqua Designs we got together before the stream and we're like, how can we get Curtis to start a fish channel on YouTube? And now look, we did it. You're gonna do it. You're gonna upload fish videos. Boom. Now you're a fish tuber. Sucker. I'm also excited for my new Anubias barterite to get bigger than my dying Amazon sword. I would pick Anubias over swords all day long. But I do like sword plants. I don't take videos of anything. Nothing. Got it for the first time at Ocean Aquarium in San Francisco. Are you talking about duckweed? I hear 55s are great for small reef aquariums. I'm thinking about making mine a salty. That's what I want to do with my 33-gallon. 55, especially if you're doing reef, one, it's too thin, right? So you can stack like your rocks pretty high, but it's just too thin. So you're gonna have all this space up here. Like, I'm just gonna go chop it down, use the 33. I won't need as bright as lights, which means I won't have to spend as much money on lights. And I think a 33 long just makes a really cool reef tank. I might do shorts. I'm wearing shorts right now. This is a valid question. How do you upload a video to YouTube? If you're on PC and you go to the top right, there's like a little plus icon, and you click that, and it'll say create video or something. I don't know. I've never done this before. Oh, it's a little video camera icon. Oh, there's a plus symbol in it though, so I was still right. And it says create. You just click on that. It says upload video, go live, or create post. I think you have to verify your account before you can upload a video, but it'll walk you through that as soon as you click on that stuff. If you're on mobile, I have no idea. But there's probably a plus sign on mobile too, right? Holy smokes. Who is heck is calling me at this hour? Okay, let's go to YouTube. Oh, it's right in the middle, right down on the bottom. There's a little plus sign. Click on that. It says upload video, create short, go live, add to your story, or create post. So just look for the plus symbol. That's where you want to go. Guess what? My recent pet store tour video, I got a comment from the people that are at the store and they want to chat, so hopefully this leads to something. That's always a good sign, hopefully. Or they're going to try and sue you for filming in their store, but, you know, hopefully it's a good thing. Zen says I've got 3 33 longs, but I was going to put my turtles in them. I inherited 3 musk turtles with 20 longs, and even though they're only 4 inches, I think they need more room. I agree. You have to make a channel. Well, yeah. I guess I should have clarified that. You do have to make a YouTube channel. So you can't just log in with like a Gmail account. You log in with your Gmail account, and then you create the channel, and then you upload. I did miss a step there. Carlos says, "Hey guys, sorry I'm late, but better late than never." I agree. What are some good fish for an 8-gallon? Honestly, I would do like clown killies and shrimp, and that's probably it. You could do the least killie fish. The Heterandria formosa is the world's smallest live bearer fish. Would do all right. You could do like a single betta fish, but 8 gallons isn't a lot, so just try not to overstock it. You have to make channel. No, you don't have to make any channel art. It'll all default. So, like it would just probably put like a D on your thing. Of course, you've already changed yours, I can see, but it's uploading as we speak. It's got 3 minutes. If it's not done by 3 minutes, then I'm just gonna assume you have no fish. I asked the staff if I could film, and the comment was complimenting the video, so I am praying. There you go. I can't get a nice scape going in my 55, too narrow for the height. Thankfully, built the stand wide enough. The only thing I love 55-gallon tanks for is plant grow-out tank. That's the only thing I found them useful for. Bob Stream, single-handedly creating tons of fish tubers. Hey. I do what I can do when I can do it. Where the more fish tubers there are, see, a lot of fish channels don't want more fish tubers. That's just the way it is. But the more fish tubers we have, the more people will come to the hobby. That's just a fact. And the more people that come to the hobby, the more the people will search on YouTube and find more videos and watch views or something. I don't know. It's a circle of life. Hey Bob, I've got more Crebensis eggs. Also, are Crebensis rainbow fish? That's what Google says. Oh, they are Crebensis rainbow fish. I think that's just a common crib. I think that's just another name for it. Why aren't we talking about schooling fish? Because we only stay on topic for the first hour. We are in 1 hour and 58 minutes of the stream. So, yeah. There you go. I mean, we can talk about schooling fish if you have a question or a comment, concern. But yeah, first hour, we try to stay on topic. Second hour, I just let the viewers guide the show. We talk about whatever y'all want to talk about. Oops. I don't see it yet, Curtis. Yeah, see, I think he timed that because he knows the stream is over at 6. So I think he's like, oh, I could say it's uploading right now, and the stream will be over before it's done. Bill Belichick has his coaching tree. Bob has his fish tuber tree. Oh, boy. I'm really just trying to create a big, giant Ponzi scheme. If I can get one person to create a fish channel, and that person can get 2 people to create a fish channel, now we're going to, and so forth, then we're really rocking and rolling. Need to move some adult Bristlenose plecos to a different tank. I'm horrible at catching fish. Any hints on how to make this move less stressful for me and the fish? Well, one, I wouldn't use a net. If you have like a 1-gallon pitcher and you have room to like just scoop them up with a water pitcher, I would do that. Or if the net's the only option, the easiest thing to do is to do it at night. Less light. Do it at night. Hopefully they're not paying that much attention. Oh, he has a video up. I don't believe it. You'll have to link it. And Curtis videos will be the Rickroll, please. Oh my gosh. That would be the ultimate. Oh man. Never gonna give you up. Oh, that would be so funny. Oh, there's the link right there. Oh. Okay. Oh, my sound is off. All right. Do we have any verifiable proof? Oh, dang it. He showed me in the stream. Dang it. Okay, maybe these are his. I always use my hands while moving plecos and cories. All right. Well, and he's got rainbow fish, so I can't really, can't say anything negative about it. See some turquoise, some bosemani's. All right. Some splendida inornatas. Okay, you got me. I'll click the subscribe button. Boom, subscribed. All right. What's the minimum tank size for a goby? Well, it depends on the goby. I have his channel at the moment. It's mainly for my pond. Everyone go check out Curtis's short video. Give him a like. All right. Well, that's going to do it. Danny Does Life are Fortiflex horse safe tubs, fish safe. Fortiflex. Is Danny still here? Danny might be gone. Just followed me on Instagram. All right. I don't always post fish content on there, so that's more of a personal Instagram account. I do have a TikTok where I only post fish tiki-talkies. I don't know what they're called. But I did start a TikTok channel, and let me just tell you, TikTok is the worst thing ever invented. It is absolutely horrible. So if you have a TikTok, go follow me on TikTok, because it's terrible. I hate TikTok. It's the worst. All right. I want to thank everyone for coming out. This was a pretty dang fun stream. I hope you got some value out of it, had some fun, and I hope you all have a great week. I want to thank everyone for, participating. I want to thank all the lurkers, super chatters, moderators. You know the drill. Don't forget to hit the like button on the way out. Any last minute thoughts here? 5 gallon stocking, looking for Taiwan Dragon Goby. Nice tank, Curtis. I just popped over and saw it. What's for dinner? I'm determined to get food mentioned this stream. Man, I don't know. I'm probably not gonna have dinner tonight. I'm not even that hungry. Cool rainbow, Curtis. Yep. To go back to 55s, I always wanted to use the glass from the front and back and make it a large square tank. That thing would pop open so fast. Oh my gosh. That would not hold the water at all. Jeez. All right, everyone. I got to go feed these dogs so they stop bothering me. Yeah. You guys want to come on the stream real quick? Huh? Do you want to come on the stream real quick? You got to come here. Come here. No. You got to come here. Oh, you're trying to come over. He's so good, he won't jump up. Come on. Come here. Come here. Oh, don't bang your head on the desk. Oh, just come here. Just come here already. Oh, there he is. Look at that big head. Oh, he's giving me hugs. He's just trying to be extra super sweet because he knows he's about to get food. Anyways, I'll see you all. Some people I'll see Thursday. Got a small group of us going hiking.